Welcome to the notes on 12.5a day one notes of circles. All right, today we're going to learn about the equations of circles and how to write the equation of a circle. So, standard of the equation of a circle, probably the most important thing. It is in this form right here, x minus h squared plus y minus k. Notice minus h minus k. Well, that tells us the center is at the point hk. So that will give us our center point on a graph. Notice if it's a minus h, the h here is positive. And if it's a minus k, this is a positive k. So they're always opposite. So keep that in mind. And then the r is the radius, okay, which is again the distance from the center to a point on the circle, which we'll talk about in a second. So let's take a look at how simple this can be once you get the equation. All right, give the center and radius of the circle. Well, it's x minus 3. Okay, well the center is that's our x value of our center, so it's going to be 3. And then it's y minus 4. Since it's minus, I know that's positive 4. And now again, this equals 9 is the radius squared. So I want to take the square root, all right? Square root, so the radius equals 3. Pretty straightforward. This one looks a little different. Let's do the radius first, okay? The radius is the square root of 36, which is just 6. Now, it's just x squared plus y squared. There's nothing being subtracted or added. What does that mean? Well, that means that our center is 0, 0. That would be our center since they're not subtracting or adding anything. So that means the center would be on the origin. Now let's take a look at one where we're given the center and the radius, write the equation. Well, it always starts with that x plus or minus. So this center is at -2 up 3. So we're at the point -2, 3. All right, since that's the center, it's a minus 2. This needs to be plus 2 squared. All right, plus. Now it's y, the y value is 3, so it's going to be y minus 3 squared equals. Now, how to count the radius or how to find the radius? I just like to count up vertically or horizontally. So if I go 1, 2, I can see the radius is 2. Again, that's a distance of 2, or this way, 1, 2. Again, you can see that the radius is 2. So radius equals 2. So I need to square that. So it's going to equal 4. That would be the equation of the circle. Okay, so pretty straightforward. All right, let's take a look at two more examples. Now they just tell us the center and the radius, no graph. Again, follow that same pattern. So it's going to be x, it's a minus 4, so it's going to be the opposite, plus 4 squared, always plus. Now, since it's a 0, you could write y plus 0 squared if you wanted, but y plus 0 is just y squared. So we're just going to write y squared, and then we have to, the radius is 7.1, so we square that, and 7.1 times 7.1 is 50.41. Okay, here's probably one of the most difficult examples you'll see. They give us a center and a point on the circle. This is a point on the circle right here. So we need to find the radius. So to do that, we're going to use the distance formula. So distance equals the square root. You guys have done this before. x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. Again, all under the square root. So where does that come from? Where does the x1, x2 come from? Well, you have 2 points. Call one of them your x1, y1, and call one of them your x2, y2, and then just follow the pattern. So distance equals square root. x2 we're calling 1 minus, all right, x1 we're calling 5. We're going to square that plus y2 we're calling 2 minus a minus 1 minus a minus 1 becomes a plus, so 2 plus 1 squared. All right, so 1 minus 5, again, we're going to keep going. 1 minus 5 is -4 squared, plus 2 plus 1 is 3 squared. Well, -4 is squared is 16 plus 9, which equals the square root of 25. So that means that the square root of 25, the distance is 5. Well, in this case, the distance is our radius. So now we have to take the center point right here, and our radius is 5, and we need to write our equation. So I'm going to do that over here in green. So remember, this is for this example right here. It's going to be x, all right? It's plus 5, so it's minus 5 squared, plus, all right, y. In this case, it's -1, so it's plus 1 squared, and that's going to equal, all right, our radius squared. So it's going to equal 25 because it's 5 squared. So that would be the final answer. Sorry, I got a little sloppy there, but I think you guys get the idea. One more example here, and then we'll be done. All right, so now they give us the equation of the circle, and we got to find the center and graph it. So our center, since that's plus 2, our center is -2, and that's a -3, so it's +3. There's our center. And our radius is the square root of that. So what is the square root of 9? Well, that's going to be 3. So let's go to -2, 3. -2 up 1, 2, 3. Okay, this point looks familiar. Now it has a radius of 3. So how do I graph it? I like to go each direction 3. 1, 2, 3, put a point there. Down 3. 1, 2, 3, put a point there. To the right 3. 1, 2, 3, put a point there. To the left 3. 1, 2, 3, put a point there. And then do your best job of connecting them. And that's not terrible, but it's not great either. So there you have equations of a circle.